actually take advantage of. Okay, so progress report 9, April 3rd. Dr. Strauss showed me how to keep the TV turned low so now I can sleep. Remember, he is listening to a TV at night in order to process information better. Okay, and we're going to find out why today. Keep in mind, he didn't even know how to turn the TV down. So it was keeping him up because it was so loud. He says, I don't hear a thing, and I still don't understand what it says. A few times I play it over in the morning to find out what I learned when I was sleeping, and I don't think so. Miss Kinnian says maybe it's another language or something, but most times it sounds American. It talks so fast, faster than even Miss Gold, who was my teacher in 6th grade, and I remember she talked so fast I couldn't understand her. I have a very bad memory for spelling. Dr. Strauss says it's okay to tell about all the things that happened to me, but he says I should tell more about what I feel and what I think. When I told him I don't know how to think, he said try. All the time when the bandages were on my eyes, I tried to think. I told Dr. Strauss, what good is it to get smart in my sleep? I want to be smart when I'm awake. He says it's the same thing, and I have two minds. There's the subconscious and the conscious. That's how you spell it. And I don't tell the other one what it's doing. They don't even talk to each other. That's why I dream. And boy, have I been having crazy dreams. Wow, ever since that night TV, the late showing happened. I don't know what to think about it. Maybe if I ask him, he will tell me how I can think now that I'm supposed to get smart. What do smart people think about? Fancy things, I suppose. I wish I knew some fancy things already. I forgot to ask him if it was only me or if everybody had those two minds. I just looked up the word in the dictionary Dr. Strauss gave me. The word is subconscious, adjective, of the nature of mental operations, yet not present in consciousness, or subconscious conflict of desires. There's more, but I still don't know what it means. This isn't a very good dictionary for dumb people like me. Anyway, the headache is from the parties, from my friends from the factory. Actually, let's pause right there because the headache doesn't make sense yet. But Charlie tells us about something that he's doing for the first time. Did you guys pick up what he's doing for the very first time in his life? He has dreams, right? Think about it. He hasn't dreamt. He's 37 years old, and he hasn't dreamt his entire life. This is the first time he's dreaming. It's the first time he's able to actually either remember his dreams or his brain's actually doing it. Okay. Again, that's the difference in how much his IQ is growing, is that his brain is actually working nonstop. It actually has things to do that he can remember and recall. Now, for the most part, he probably has been dreaming, but when he wakes up, he doesn't remember the dreams, which is pretty common in anybody of varying intelligence. But in his case, he can't remember ever dreaming. It's something brand new to him. Okay. And the reason being is this conscious versus subconscious brain. All right. And there's a little short video here for you. I can't watch it while we're on here, but I do want you guys to take a minute before we answer the questions to watch these, and I'll give you some time to do it because it'll help you understand the conscious versus the subconscious mind. But we're going to keep reading, and you'll have time to go back to that video after we finish this little part of reading that we still have to do. Okay. So he says he has a headache. Anyway, the headache is from the party. My friends from the factory, Joe Karp and Frank Riley, invited me to go with them to Mugsy's saloon for some drinks. I don't like to drink, but they said we will have lots of fun. I had a good time. Now keep in mind, and I have a little note down here, the adult behavior they're going to talk about is even inappropriate for adults. I just have to say that because I think you guys are well aware I'm not endorsing any of their behavior. You'll see in a minute that it was completely wrong. Okay. Joe Karp said I should show the girls how I mop out the toilet in the factory, and he got me a mop. I showed them, and everyone laughed when I told them that Mr. Dunnigan said I was the best janitor he ever had because I like my job and I do it good and never come late or miss a day except for my operation. I said, Miss Kinnean always said, Charlie, be proud of your job because you do it good. Everybody laughed and we had a good time and they gave me lots of drinks. And Joe said, Charlie is a card when he's potted. I don't know what that means, but everybody likes me and we have fun. I can't wait to be smart like my best friend Joe Carp and Frank Riley. I don't remember how the party was over. I don't remember how the party was over, but I think I went out to buy a newspaper and coffee for Joe and Frank. When I came back, there was no one there. I looked for them all over till late. Then I don't remember so good, but I think I got sleepy or sick. A nice cop brought me back home. That's what my landlady, Mrs. Flynn, says. But I got a headache and a big lump on my head and black and blue all over. I think maybe I fell, but Joe Carp says it was the cop that beat up drunks sometimes. I don't think so. Miss Kinnean says cops are to help people. Anyway, I got a bad headache. And I'm sick and hurt all over. I don't think I'll drink anymore. What did his friends actually do to him here? Were they hanging out with him? Not really, right? So what is it they were actually doing the entire time? Like, did he really go out and buy a newspaper and coffee for Joe? He may have thought he was, but what were Frank and Joe doing the whole time? Yeah, they were making fun of him. Okay, their entire point was just to pick on him. Notice that Charlie still doesn't know that. He still doesn't get that part of it. Okay. April 6th, I beat Algernon. I didn't even know I beat him until Bert, the tester, told me. Then the second time I lost because I got so excited I fell off the chair before I finished. But after that, I beat him 8 more times. I must be getting smarter to beat a smart mouse like Algernon. But I don't feel smarter. I wanted to race Algernon some more, but Bert said that's enough for one day. They let me hold him for a minute. He's not so bad. He's soft like a ball of cotton. He blinks, and when he opens his eyes, there's black and pink on the edges. I said, can I feed him? Because I felt bad to beat him, and I wanted to be nice and make friends. But Bert said, no, Algernon is very special, is a very special mouse with an operation like mine. And he was the first of all the animals to stay smart so long. He told me Algernon is so smart that every day he has to solve a test to get his food. It's a thing like a lock on a door that changes every time Algernon goes to eat. So he has to learn something new to get his food. That made me sad because if he couldn't learn, he would be hungry. I don't think it's right to make you pass a test to eat. How would Dr. Niemer like to have to pass a test every time he wants to eat? I think I'll be friends with Algernon. All right. Looks like you both muted your mic. You freaked me out for a minute to see if you guys were still there. I'm going to give you a minute or two to go ahead and answer the questions. Watch that video. Shouldn't take you very long, but you've got enough time to work on those, and then we'll continue with the last part of it. Okay.